Let's see, we gotta plug
Oh god.
that
Everything's
Discord.
ruined.
Everything is ruined. At here. It didn't copy my Twitch. Cool. Kool-Aid Jammers.
We're off to a phenomenal start.
Off to the races. Discord's dumb about like your Twitch thing. You have to like type like the HTTPS. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not. You have to like type the HTTPS to like have it hyperlink your Twitch.
I guess that comes over when I copy and paste.
Yeah, that's like because that's what I was. Yeah, normally just copy and paste, but like when I'm a big dumb idiot and like have to do this, I can't just like type the shit. Let's see there. Oh man. Oh, yeah, thanks for the host, man. Appreciate it. There you go.
Yeah, literally the least I can do.
The persona.
Should contribute something besides just being the talent.
There you go. We gotta get this man a studio. Why doesn't he have his trailer? I'm just gonna buy a double wide and put it in front of your house.
Yeah. I almost have room for it.
My channel should be auto hosting you.
I've noticed the auto host for me is really like
no,
bad.
my auto host doesn't work. Yeah, either.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because I set up the same thing with you two and a few other friends, and it just doesn't fire.
Let me check mine real quick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things Twitch does right, and then there's a lot of things that Twitch does wrong.
If I get a trailer, do I get my all green M&Ms?
Yeah, I'll manually sort them.
No other colors.
Yeah,
Also,
mine's playing yours.
Oh, well, shit. The fucking
You have to cycle through the card, but
no.
Maybe that's what it is.
All right, gentlemen, are we ready to start this thing?
Yeah. It's Pokeboomers, everybody.
It's Pokeboomers. I didn't do the starting. I was like, why is this so weird? And then I remember I have a starting soon screen. That's okay, though, because it's Pokeboomers episode 5. Why is everything psychic?
hello.
This is where we slowly Nuzlocke our way through Gen 1 and then compare notes and battle PvP at the end.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
it's good to be here with you again.
Yep, after going through so much of Kanto, to come back to this, our relatively safe space from things like Snorlaxes that refuse to get in goddamn Pokeballs, but we'll get to that.
In your home. Probably Vimbert at some point this week. I'm Hugh with the Pokeboomers. If you're watching here, you're on my channel, and I appreciate you stopping and watching. If you're watching on YouTube, hey, I appreciate you watching there. But I'm joined by Mr. Vimbert.
Hello!
And Mr. Zedward, Play Together, Stay Together Gaming. Infamy.
Howdy.
Yeah, I think we can get right into our weekly Nuzlocks. Let's just not beat around the bush. Let's just jump right to the content y'all here to see.
There's a lot to it this week, for sure.
There is. Big Zed, you can start us off. You finished first, so you get to talk about it first.
I did finish first, I guess. Well, it was a bigger week for all of us this week because we did 2 gyms instead of 1. I did a lot of grinding off screen this week, but besides that, during the streams, I started off by going down the bike path, and then I went straight to the Safari Zone. And my first encounter there was a pincer, which was cool, but I whiffed it. And then I also whiffed the next 2. I think it was Execute and, I don't know, something else, I don't remember. And then I went all the way to the end, I got the surf, and I ran out of time, and I didn't go back for the 4th area, because after whiffing 3 of them, I was just like, I'm over it. I hate you, Safari Zone.
Don't. Friendship with Safari Zone has ended.
Pretty much.
Save yourself some Pokebucks.
Yeah. The big $500 richer than I had to do twice. I did my Safari Zone last week. I don't know. You had to do it twice too, didn't you? Oh, we can get.
I'm not too desperate to go or to get Pokemon right now. So. But yeah. After that, I went towards the eastern path path from Fuchsia City, and there I caught a Ditto. Oh, and on the west side of Fuchsia City, I caught Doduo. So then, yeah, I went up the eastern path all the way back up to Lavender Town. So that was just tons of trainers going down the bike path and then going back up the other side. It was just fighting a lot of trainers. And after I beat all of them, I went into Silphco because I felt adequately strong, which I was. And I beat my rival, and I beat Giovanni. I don't think I had any trouble with either of them. And I added Tugboat the Lapras to my team. Got the token Lapras from Silphco.
There you go.
I went and trained him up. I taught him Psychic. Then I immediately forgot Psychic because I was clicking too fast, and it was in the first slot, and I lost Psychic to Ice Beam, I think it was.
I wondered if we were going to talk about that, or
we actually
heard about it, man.
We actually call that pulling a vine whip. Is actually what we call that in the business. Taking it from a professional.
You may have done that already.
Yeah.
And now I can't make fun of him because I did it.
And I feel I'm happy that I deleted vine whip and not Psychic. But so
yeah, Psychic that's a hard loss.
Pretty comparable moves, though. I mean, utility and power-wise, obviously Vine Whip and Psychic. I mean, come on. Same,
oh, yeah.
Basically the same.
All right. Let's just keep rubbing it in, I guess.
It's what we do here.
Shogun's literally been getting memed on since week 2, so...
It's true.
So once my team was trained up enough, I went and I took on... First, I did all the trainers in both Koga's gym and Sabrina's gym. Then I went back to Koga's gym and fought him. He was very easy. I got a little nervous about the wheezing because it didn't go down in one hit, and I was really afraid of the X attack self-destruct. But I got him, so it was fine. I used my Nidoqueen Metallica to sweep him with Earthquake. Then I went and I fought Sabrina, and I had an easy time with her too. She was kind enough to use Recover at full health, so no damage there.
We love to see it.
Yeah, you love to see
once
it.
Once I finished the gyms, I just did the rest of the training to get my team up to level cap. Unfortunately, while doing this, I decided I would also train up my Doduo, and immediately killed him. Like he only did like 5 battles and died. So I did end up having a loss this week at the very, very, very end.
So Koga for you guys is different than it was for me. It's just wheezings. It's coughing. Two coughings, a muck, and a wheezing. Right? Is that Koga's lineup?
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 coughings, wheezing, and muck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Sabrina's different too, but
yeah,
she has
has
the
level 50 Abra.
Yeah,
no Abra. She has Kadabra, Alakazam, Mr. Mime, and Venomoth.
Yeah, I remember she has the Venomoth now. Yeah. So you said that you didn't have any problems with your rival, correct? Right, too big.
No, I don't think I did. I think I swept him pretty. The less I remember of a battle, the easier I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Yup.
No, yeah, that was interesting. What else was I gonna ask you? This week was also like the big evolution week too. Like the level, like it seems like a long time ago, but like our level cap went from like 29 to 43. So
that's true. So I evolved my starter. Slagathor's a Venusaur now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did I have any other big evolutions? Oh, I evolved my Vulpix into a Ninetales.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I think those were my 2 evolutions. I don't think I had any other ones.
All right.
All right. Well, we can move along to me, Vimbert. And our pathing is a little bit different because we just have like a basic checklist of what we got to do each week. So I'm a little bit behind these guys because, for those who don't know, I have never finished a Gen 1 game before, so I'm trying to be be really cautious since I'm doing it semi-blind. So the start to my week was finishing the Pokemon Tower. I think I only had 2 or 3 trainers in there, but I finished that, and then I decided, oh, why don't I just roll on down to Route 12, get a Snorlax. Great party member, it'll be nice and easy. 18 minutes later, I had been losing my mind, making inhuman noises that I didn't know could come out of my mouth, and getting my Nidoqueen Revia down to, 1 PP left on, her only offensive move, just, sitting in there and going blow for blow with this thing, who would not get into the Great Ball. But eventually, I caught him and named him Cuck Fanto, which is, a fun code. Maybe you can decode it, get a hint of my feelings towards Gen 1. And I did bring him on to replace Solid Snake, my Arbok, who's been very much a mainstay. I also swapped in Goldeneyes the Hypno for Nab and Fab the Vileplume, and then just kind of went on a rampage southward, the bike path and the other routes. I don't even remember what they are. There's the one with all the posts and mazes, just kind of a general training montage. Along the way, I picked up Trashfish the Goldeen and Venat the Venonat, both of whom are probably going to sit in the PC forever, definitely in the case of Trashfish. Went to the Safari Zone and got Surf and got screwed repeatedly along the way. Caught literally nothing, despite getting an opportunity per area. I even, after my encounter for I think it was the 3rd area had appeared, a Tauros showed up. Just for the game to laugh at me. So that was great. And I did go back in to get an encounter in Area 4 and got screwed there as well. So Zed was clearly the wiser man.
That is the first time I've seen a Gen 1 Tauros in the wild, was your stream. That is
really?
Yep, the first time in my entire... Yeah, I had better luck. I did my Safari Zone last week, and I had better luck than you guys, but I've never seen a Tauros in Gen 1, so it was it was a great white buffalo for me too, Vimbert, so I was like, they do exist.
I guess just to make up for, I think all my capture opportunities were Nidorino and the Nidoran mail line. Nothing amazing. Moved along, fought a bunch of rockets and Sylph, got very lost. Luckily, Zed himself was actually there in chat, giving me some directions, sparing me from just wandering forever. And I did pretty well T-pose on the rival. I was pretty nervous going in, but through combination of some smart decisions and getting a few charity moves on the AI's part, was able to win, and then obtain Bugtote the Lapras, the Wario-esque evil twin of Zed's Lapras.
Bizarro World Lapras.
Yep. Pretty well dabbed on Giovanni. I remembered nothing about the fight besides being intimidated by his Nidoqueen and then watching the Nidoqueen use Scratch and being like, oh, right. And then after some training, including going through all their trainers, I took down Koga and Sabrina without many issues because I'm running 2 psychic types. So Koga was a literal meme and Sabrina was not a whole lot better. I think I got something like 2 or 3 full HP recovers out of Sabrina while I was switching and setting up with Amnesia. It was a little egregious. So all things considered, fairly smooth for me. No deaths on my part.
There would have been. I probably threw some Z's in the chat. Little insight. I was getting pretty mad about the charity this week. I was mad.
I believe I saw. I'm not fucking watching you guys over here in my chat at one point.
And then, you guys thought I was serious too. I got up to use the bathroom after I said that. Then I came back and everybody was memeing on me like, "Did you actually leave?" I'm like, no. No, it's just I know for the random battles, it's just pick 25% whatever move they're going to use, but the AI is so. We'll get to it later in the episode.
Yeah, and this week is really where the difference between red and blue and yellow becomes really defined in terms of the gyms because, well. Hugh, let's hear about your week in dealing with much more powerful gym leaders.
Yeah,
yellow version,
the big yellow. So I started off the week immediately by killing a Pokemon. I'd already worked ahead, so I already did my Safari Zone and I already did my other stuff in Fuchsia the week before. So I was doing my routes. I was like, okay, what do I need to go get? Yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, Route 18, like there's trainers there. And I just ignored the fact that they might, because I'm still around like level 29, 30s on all my Pokemon at this point, because it's just like the week had just started, you know? So I just like scroll through the grass. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to get a Doduo here, but if I hit 3 dupes, because there's a lot of Raticates in that route in yellow, I'm going to go fishing. So I walk down, and this motherfucker and a level 34 Dodrio shows up, and I'm like, ooh, that's not great. And I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna get some charity, I'd really appreciate it right now. Nope, he only had a drill peck button, and he just drill pecked my entire team, and like everybody was like whittled down, like immensely. I think no one's in green for sure. And I'm pretty sure I had 4 in the red, and then I had 2 in like orange color for the health. And I'm like, fuck, someone just has to die, you know. So I can get a safe switch in. So I sent Rasputin, my Haunter, excuse me. He actually made it to Haunter this time. Last time he didn't make it to Haunter. He did, technically, but I put him out. He got Drill Peck, and the Drill Peck killed him. Crit and killed him. Then I brought out Furo, who, thanks to stat EXP, was faster than the Dodrio and was enough to kill him. But if my Furo hadn't been faster than that Dodrio, I would have wiped, like without a doubt. Like if I was on track, like if it was just gonna drill peck the entire time, it would have just ran through my entire team. And like,
just imagine.
Oh my gosh, if I would have waved to some random bird catcher on Route 18, oh my god,
you would have tilted off the planet, and I would not have blamed you.
Yeah, this would be a YouTube show. I'd be over. I'd just be off the grid. The next time you'd see me on air would be the Alone show, where you like just get sent to Alaska for 3 months, and I'm just
we just have like a static PNG of you like, on the screen,
cardboard cutout of you
here with us in spirit.
Cardboard cutout of you. No, so like, and I kind of like, I don't know if that like it tilted me a little for like the rest of that session. So that session I went and we did get a Route 18. We got, I gotta pull up the tracker really quick. One of them was a Shelter. I want to say it was Route 18. Yep, Route 18. I got big clamps, the Shelter, because I was on dupes 3 with Eradicates, and then I went there. Route 15 was all dupes. Route 14 on the other side. This is on the other side of Fuchsia, the east side. I got Plant the Oddish, and then Route 13, which is the next route over, I got the legendary Dux, the Farfetch'd, who has a really I think he has a perfect attack DV. So I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
yeah, we'll see if he comes out. Speaking of,
so he's just a really good.
He's a really good Farfetch. Like the highest DVs I've rolled this entire series is on a Farfetch. So, oof. But then I also had a similar training montage as my co-host, and then I went to Silphco. We cleared out all the trainers. Nope. Yeah, we went to Silphco, cleared out the trainers, and then I was scared of the rival, so I went out and trained a little more. When I beat my rival, the rival was kind of a meme. I don't know. I thought he would be scary at this point. My rival doesn't have an Alakazam yet. Does your guys' rival have an Alakazam?
I think he did, yeah.
Oh, okay, he did. Yeah, mine. I don't know. I lost the first rival battle in this gen, so he's using a Vaporeon, so it's not as scary as a Jolteon. But beat a rival, and then I got my Lapras, and I named it How Original. And then I checked the DVs on my Lapras, and its highest one is a 4, so it just went to the bank. I figured you guys can use your Laprases. Mine is not good at all.
I think mine's actually pretty good.
Is it? That's good. Well, I can't remember someone brought up that gifted Pokemons were supposed to be like just higher DVs, and that was not the case in my Lapras. Unless the calculator, unless the calculator is like way off. It was like the 4 was the highest, and it was in attack. It was not a good Lapras. But after Lapras, I went and beat Giovanni. Giovanni runs a Persian in yellow, I think is the main difference, but it wasn't anything to remember. And that was the end of my first day. And then Thursday, so yesterday, I went to Cinnabar to get a Kabuto, who is a really good DV Kabuto as well. But we made the decision after my first session to do 2 gym leaders this week. So I think if we would have did that before the first session, we might see the Kabutops tonight, but I just didn't want to do it last night, rush it, So
yeah,
we got the Kabutops, and then we went and we fought Koga, whose gym trainers are literally all Hypnos. It's just nothing, no poison types in there. It's just all psychics. I'm like, okay, cool. And Koga in yellow has a bunch of Venonats and a Venomoth, and they're level 50. Well, the Venonats range from 40 to 46, and this Venomoth's 50. But they all have psychic coverage, so I was like, well, that's okay. We used our psychic Pokemon and got the job done. I think it was mainly Sandman, the Hypno, and Trade Evo. No, we used BK, actually. No, we used BK for basically the entire thing, our Kadabra. And then after BK's valiant service in the Koga gym, he immediately went to the PC, where I didn't use him for Sabrina. Sabrina, I was the big scared about Sabrina. So there's like two strategies I was like debating over, and one's... So Sabrina in yellow has a level 50 Abra that only knows Flash, and has a level 50 Kadabra and a level 50 Alakazam. So one of the strategies is, we all have Snorlaxes. You just throw your Snorlax in there, you do a few Amnesias, and you sweep. And that's a reliable and safe way to do it in red and blue. But in yellow, the Kadabra is going to... If you want to be safe, you probably want to use 2 Amnesias, because my Pokemon are still only level 41 at this point, because the cap's 43. So you'd use your 2 Amnesias and then try to sweep. But then by that point, Abra has already got 2 flashes on you, and critical hits, how they work in Gen 1 with speed, the chances of Alakazam critting on a Psychic is higher. So, excuse me.
It is, in fact, very good, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, Kadabra basically always crits on a Psychic. So I decided to use Trade Evos and my Psychic, and my Sandman, my Hypno again. So we had Hypno... We had Hypno just beat Abra right out the gate, and then we had him put Kadabra to sleep and then get Kadabra weak so we can get a safe switch in with Trade Evos. And then Trade Evos killed Kadabra, and then Trade Evos versus Alakazam. We parried first turn, and then he came out with a Psychic, which crit, but it didn't. Trade Evos is a monster, so he kind of wore it. And then we did like 2 Thunderbolts, and then he just kept throwing Psychics, and we recovered. And then we beat him with the Thunderbolt. So I probably was in my head too much about it, but I also did not want to go into the PvP battle down a Pokemon. But we did that, and our score went to 275. Postscript, I was looking for a place to grind Snorlax because we can't grind him in the Pokemon Tower. I feel like we've all used the Pokemon Tower now. It's a pretty good grinding place if you're playing Gen 1.
Yeah.
But Snorlax, when you only know normal moves, you ain't hitting Ghost very much. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go get my encounter in the Pokemon Mansion and see how it is. And so I caught Big Mud, the Grimer. And then I was like, nope, this is dangerous. There's like level 37 Raticates in here, and there's no Ponytas to... So in red and blue, there's Ponytas in there that you can one-shot and get like 800 experience for. That's not the case in yellow. So I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to be training the rest of the time, but that's okay. And that was basically my week. It feels like a long time ago, but it was last night. So
I was glad that you didn't lose anyone in a gym.
Yeah.
That would have felt pretty bad.
I think the scary week is, well, next week is not going to be scary. The week after that, I got a Doug Trio with Fisher, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah. Aside from that Fissure, though, both of the next gyms are pretty much surf bait. So
no, he has Persian in yellow too. He has that slash Persian in yellow, but it's fine. Our next section, though, we kind of already alluded to it on both our ends, but Zed, is there anything you'd want to say about Dumb and Dumber? Your Doduo?
Honoring the fallen.
Honoring the fallen.
I can't have bird Pokemon, apparently.
Both your deaths have been bird Pokemon. You were right.
Yeah.
I did lose an Onyx, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is number 3.
He was just a little bird-brained.
Yeah, maybe.
We discovered the horrifying truth of rage in Gen 1.
But, yeah, I'm not allowed to use Fly in this gen, I guess.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That was the main reason I pulled him out, was I was like, well, I need someone to fly.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even think about that.
And then I just started training him, and he died. And I was like, well, there goes my only fly Pokemon.
That is literal suffering.
Oh no.
So yeah, if you're watching my stream and you're like, why is this guy walking everywhere?
He's getting his steps in.
Like,
he respects
like
the
some
cardio.
one badge having noob.
Fuck, I didn't even think about that. I'd be tilted. You're handling that so much better than I would be. Every time I'd get on my bicycle, I'd be like, motherfucking little fly ass having motherfuckers pedaling my bike.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's all I have to say about that.
Rasputin. One of these Nuzlocks, I'm going to run a ghost Pokemon. I'm going to run a Ghastly. This was not that one. I was big J-Bob bust out Spoopy the Haunter last week, and I was like, oh, Spoopy kind of has some legs in the old PvP, and I was like, maybe I should. He was instrumental in catching my Snorlax the week before, but I was like, oh, there's a lot of self-destruct stuff coming up. Like, it'd be good to level him up. You know, he's not gonna be a Gengar, but Haunter's still good. And Dodrio was like, what if we just drill pecked? It's the meme, like, I offer you drill peck, in return you get dead ghost Pokemon. So shout out to Rasputin. Maybe Gen 2 will get a Ghastly early. And Sprout Tower, I think, is the... you can get him on the route before Sprout Tower, too. But all right, we're going to take a little detour here. We kind of jumped the gun doing 2 gyms this week, but I want to do a little halfway analysis with my host. I think our first... Let's go with... save the Gen 1 thoughts for the very end of this. Okay. Is there any Pokemon... I remember to keep doing this prime shit. Is there any Pokemon that surprised you guys so far? It doesn't have to be like on your team specifically, but it's like in the Nuzlocks so far in Gen 1, has there been anything? We're kind of falling into the meta trap, and that's okay. That's kind of the nature of the competition right now. Like, it's kind of the nature, so it's not as much in the spirit of a Nuzlocke as you would be if you're just playing by yourself. But
I would say for me, and this was a Pokemon on my team, Arbok. I just kind of started running an Ekans like, let's see if it's good. And Solid Snake the Arbok was a really, really great member of my team for a long while. Performed well in the actual game, did pretty well in PvP. I had never expected him to be half that good. And I was like kind of blown away, like, man, I just kind of overlooked this as another poison type, garbage Team Rocket Pokemon. But lo and behold. Yeah,
when you gave your Arbok body slam right away, I was like, that's a fucking problem. Like, I didn't expect you to Mad Lad the fucking body slam TM onto an Arbok, right? Or an Ekans at the time, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice.
Yeah. What about you?
What I do not regret.
Yeah, no, it was good, and may he rest in PC, fully decorated in his combat laurels. He has a fat stack on his uniform. He's seen some shit.
Old Solid Snake.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Old Snake, punished Snake.
He'll be called out of retirement in the Alaskan wilderness when my team becomes a colorful squad of villains for him to fight.
There you go. There you go. What about you, Zed?
Definitely Beedrill. Not a lot surprises me in Pokemon anymore, and I knew that there was not a lot of bug type moves in Gen 1, which is why when I got the Beedrill, I was like, oh, he actually gets a bug type move. That would be cool. But I've never really realized how good he would be with it. So, especially like when I fought Erica and just one hit her whole team with Beedrill, I was just like, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, unfortunately, he does fall off.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I think you use the Beedrill effectively up until the very point that it falls off. Like, you could argue that it maybe fell off the week before, but like, I don't know about Vimbert, but I had to play around a Beedrill when it came to PvP. I was like,
oh, absolutely.
Like, you just can't let a Psychic sit in there when Beedrill's gonna be faster than it and one-shot it. Like, you kind of had to have a plan for this fucking Beedrill. I'm like, why is I'm sitting there like planning my PvP out in the early week. I'm like, why is Beedrill the bane of my existence type of deal?
Yep, very much so. And just, I think I was in your chat when you were doing that Erica sweep, and I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
doesn't seem right.
It was so fast. I was just like, well, that's over.
And then our first week of PvP, when it like basically poisoned everybody like instantly, like the first week we saw Twin Needle in PvP, I was like, "What is this?" like fucking Twin Needle. I think for me, my surprise Pokemon, and I guess it's not a 100% surprise because I used it in my first Gen 1 Nuzlocke, but I continue to be impressed by Fearow. Fearow, like Fearow is like Vim still has a Fearow on his team, and like it was basically a coin flip. I wanted to keep mine on my team this week. Unfortunately, I didn't. But it's just so fast, and like it's not. And like part of this comes from Pidgeotto being garbage, the Pidgey being garbage in this generation.
First of all, how dare you? But go on.
But Pidgey doesn't get any stab flying moves. And like granted, Fear only gets Peck until 34 where he gets Drill Peck. But like it stays relevant like that entire time. Like I've had a Spearow on my team. This is the first week in the entire competition that I have not had a Spearow or a Fearow on my team. And it's a really good Pokemon that like has a surprising amount of bulk in terms of like I feel like both PvP and PvE. Like you look at it and then like,
oh, for sure,
yeah, and like that's.
I was surprised in PvP seeing both of your Fearows just like tank hit after hit.
Yeah,
and then also deal out damage.
Yep, and
yeah,
I don't think
phenomenal attack stats.
I think that next generation is going to be less of an issue because Pidgey Gust is actually flying, so there'll be some stab flying to go around. But no, yeah, my surprise pick is definitely Fearow. So
that's fair.
Let's just reverse I can just start for this. Your MVP for the team so far. I'll start first. It's that big trade Evos. the star. You know the Starmie's good. The Starmie is like a good pickup. I mean, it gets so much coverage. It's fast and has a fucking mountain of special. Like, everybody knows Starmie's good, so I'm not going to go in and explain why Starmie's good. It just is. Before Starmie, though, I would say that it was probably Fearow or Yamato, the Gyarados, both who didn't make the team this week. Now I'm feeling bad about it, but those are my MVPs, like the reliable ones to switch into and do work.
I'd agree. Those were all super solid for you and super scary having to fight against.
What about you, Vimbert? Who's your MVP?
My MVP is definitely Revia the Nidoqueen. I also retired her, but I've been able to do a surprising amount with her. I knew that Nidoqueen was good, but I just always, when I was trying to come up with my MVP, I thought back to that week when we got the rest TM. I slapped it on Revia, and surprised it works slightly differently in Showdown. You guys were both like,
yeah,
what the hell is going on here?
It was literally like the glass of milk spilling in my brain when I was like, wait a minute, this isn't working as intended. Like,
yeah, she's just been super bulky and like was almost definitely the only reason why I was able to catch my Snorlax. Like nobody else would have had that much bulk and that much sustain to just stay in there for basically 15 minutes worth of combat. Trying to catch that.
That was pretty hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a nail biter. I was like,
try living it. Try living it, man.
I think Nidoqueen and to an extent Nidoking, like if you're doing a Nuzlocke on your own and you're not worrying about PvP, those Pokemon will carry you through the entire thing. Like,
I believe it.
Like the weakness of Nidoking and Nidoqueen get brought out in PvP because of their typing, but in PvE it's like it's way less of an issue, and like they're both reliable Pokemon. I was trying to think of who I was like. No love for Kobe, huh? No love. You don't
see the thing about Kobe is I keep his performance high by just keeping him anxious, making him feel like he's not good enough. Therefore, he overperforms. This is how we motivate on the Vimbert team.
I was
a very abusive team.
I will say I've been worried about Kobe for. I think that'll be one of my biggest memories of this Nuzlocke was seeing the message in the Discord, Vim caught it Abram, me being like, fuck. Like, I was like, no, not week 2. Why are you catching it Abram week 2? But no, I'd agree that Revia has done great work for you too. At least Mr. Zed. What about you, man?
I would also say Nidoqueen, actually. Metallica for me, but my Nidoqueen is actually the only Pokemon that I have that has been on my PvP team every single week. Not even my starter can claim that.
Big Slagathor coming out of retirement. Now he's a Venusaur, huh?
Yeah, he's coming out of retirement. But even still, even in PvPE, or PvE, sorry, like he's kind of good, but he's just not as good as the Nidoqueen, who can, like we said, take the hits and also deal the damage. So
no, I will say between Big Seinfeld in the early game and your Nidoqueen too. That's like your guys' Nidoqueens are the whole reason I had to fucking get the charity Magikarp early and fucking not get a Sandshrew, which fucking killed me on the inside.
Yeah,
I gave up my Sandshrew chance because I was like, well, I'm just gonna get my ass kicked by Nidoqueens if I don't fucking do something about this. Like, but okay. Gen 1 thoughts so far, Zed. We'll reverse. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Vimbert.
Did we want to talk? We discussed talking about like opponent MVPs.
Oh, yep. Sorry, that's in the Discord message. It's not on my paper though. Yeah, go ahead. Lead her off there.
Okay. So these, for the most part, I agree with you guys. I feel like for you, Hugh, it's Straedeavos. It's your Starmie. I have the least level of Pokemon knowledge among us, so I had no idea Starmie was even remotely that good. And when I saw it starting to perform on your stream, I went, oh no. And then I faced it in PvP last week and I went, oh god, what? Just amazing coverage, that recover, just, yeah, super solid.
Yeah, Starmie is just all around good. Like, it's fast, it hits hard, it's bulky. It's got good moves.
Yeah.
Starmie
It's a war crime of a Pokemon, and I love it.
Starmie abuses Gen 1 harder than most Pokemon because of how special works and how speed works. And those are two of Starmie's big things, and that's why Starmie is the way Starmie is in Gen 1. I think it stays good in Gen 2 and 3, though, but I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it stays good pretty much throughout all time.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
Yeah. For you, Zed, I'd say that your MVP, I would agree with you. It's Metallica. I meme on it every week, you know, with my little war room segments where I go used car salesman mode and talk about how I'm going to just completely crush you guys. But Metallica has been a capital P problem pretty much every time. I'm always like, okay, how do I take on Nidoqueen this time? Because, yeah, tanky, takes the hits, deals the hits. Got that surprising amount of... Because you also put Bubble Beam on her, I think?
Yeah, I copied you.
Yeah.
I didn't in the first week, but then after you did so good with the Bubble Beam, I was like, oh man, I need to catch up.
Fair enough.
The Forbidden Bubble Tech.
But yeah, those would be my picks.
I think I can kind of just segue right into... I think it's Jolteon. Like, now hear me out. Jolteon may not get a lot of action in PvP, but the ever-looming threat of a Jolteon informs 90% of my team building situation a lot.
I do remember you saying that yesterday.
Because, like, knowing that Jolteon's there and that you gave him Thunderbolt right away, and I was like, as soon as I watched you do that on stream, I was like, God damn it. I was like, okay, if he doesn't give it Thunderbolt, it only has Thundershock in red and blue, not in yellow, but... No, we just like immediately slapped that Thunderbolt on there, and I was like, perfect, great. I always need to carry an answer for that Jolteon, and the Jolteon threat's only going to get worse. Spoiler alert, because like we were talking yesterday, it gets access to Pin Missile next week.
Yeah.
I think next week. No, or is it 50? It might be.
It's like 50.
Okay, it's late.
High.
Yeah, but
I don't think it'll be this week.
Pin Missile's a scary bug move. It's one of the very few bug moves, but. And your Jolteon has higher attack too. I remember when we were posting all our EVs, we were sharing EV picks on the Discord.
Yeah, he's more of a gym buff than a special attacker.
There you go. I for Vimbert, it was a toss up for me. I kind of hinted to it already when I said you didn't give your boy Kobe any love, but Kobe's dangerous. Like, and you got to play around Kobe, and like, it's just a testament to how good the Abra line is and how good Psychic is in Gen 1, and that the Gen 2 Pokemon, the Stage 2 Pokemon, excuse me, will stay relevant this entire game. Like, I use my Kadabra this week, like, you use yours on your team, and like, you gave it Thunder Wave too, which is like, when you gave it Thunder Wave, I was like, I needed you to not give that to him. Like, I was like, oh no. Because now you have a fast status setter that is a special tanky. He's not gonna take a physical hit.
That's
but
true.
Yeah, I think the prevalence of Kobe always being there, knowing that I'm gonna have to figure out who's gonna eat a crit psychic to the face, basically, is like, you always need someone there to soak a crit psychic from Kobe.
It's true. It's true. Don't let him hear it, but I'm proud of the boy.
I'm proud of you, Kobe.
Even if you only have one spoon.
Just one spoon.
True.
No, yeah, that was I think Kobe is. I think your MVP for me is my choice.
Well, in my opinion, both of you are running Snorlax this week, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
And I have not touched my Snorlax at all, so I am the only one without a Snorlax, so that would be my first threat. But then you two also have, I think for Hugh, my biggest fear is trade evos, like Vim said, because I do know the fear of the Starmie powers.
It's that Illuminati magic.
For Vimbert, I might still say Borb the Fearow.
Oh.
That forbidden drone strike.
He's still got that hidden hyper beam tech.
Yep.
In there that I know I'm gonna forget about and be like, oh, I have half HP, I can survive a Fury attack, and then he's gonna hyper beam me.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, Fury attack. We don't do that here anymore.
I must say, it feels like ages ago where we were all in PvP just fucking spamming Fury attack at each other and counting 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Plus the new threat of the drill peck. So.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's only gotten stronger and stronger.
Fair.
All right, Zed, what's your thought? What's your thought on Gen 1 so far overall? Might be a little episode, but
it's weird. You know, it doesn't hold quite the value that a lot of people believe it does with their nostalgia, but it's still a solid, fun experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I was saying earlier with you two that I am spoiled now, and I'm used to all the new mechanics of Pokemon. So going back to Gen 1 and Gen 2 and stuff, I feel like I have to relearn this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Vim?
Yeah. That's totally fair.
Nothing but good things.
As you might be able to guess from my Snorlax's name of Cuckfanto, there's a lot of things I don't like about Gen 1. Even just as someone who the only Pokemon game that I've played through and finished is Pokemon Silver. Oh, and I guess also Pokemon Soul Silver, but I barely remember that one. Even, like, just compared to just that, like, Red and Blue to Gold and Silver, there's no select register for key items, there's no way to view move info in-game, the inventory system is garbage, there's only slots in the casino. There's a lot of things that really piss me off about the Kanto games. Much as I really, really do love the kind of non-linearity and the actual design of the region that the game really opens up for you, pretty much everything else annoys me in some way. I'm still having fun, but like, there's a lot of things that just make me go, ugh.
Yeah. I think you both brought excellent points to the discussion. There's a lot of like quality of life stuff that hasn't happened yet. Like you said, the select button being able to register an item, and like the inventory's garbage. I think how stats work, I think speed is way overtuned. I think special is dumb. That's one stat, and it makes a lot of Pokemon better than they should be or worse than they could be, But you gotta, I'm here. Here we go. I'm gonna show my boomer side. This is the first Pokemon, right? The rest of Pokemon don't exist without this Pokemon. So I'm willing to give them a little wiggle room because it was their first attempt, and I don't think in 1990 whatever they were predicting that us three clowns were going to be here fucking
2022.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, running a crazy special rule sets and everything to it.
I have tried to remind myself of that when I was like, I think even a few times when I was streaming, I'd start to say something about like, how did they expect you to get up to this level? And then I remember, oh wait, you're not supposed to like grind up to the equal levels. I'm just doing that because of the rules of the challenge that we're doing.
I think most people are over leveled. I think your first playthrough, you just use your starter and fucking kill everything with your starter, and then your starter is just fucking super strong. I don't know. That's kind of how I remember it. I remember using like maybe 2 Pokemon my first playthrough when I was like 8. Like I was using Charizard, who had literally 4 fire moves, and I was using a Snorlax.
You bring up a good point though, and I will give it props that for being like, you have to remember this was just a Game Boy game. Like this was the original handheld console. Like this is like the beginning of the history of video games in a way, and it's still holding up today, which is really impressive in a way. Like how many Game Boy games do you go back and play? Like none, just Pokemon.
I can think of a couple actually, but that's kind of beside the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's important to keep the context in mind. I perhaps haven't been doing that quite as well. I try to. But...
Yeah, you try. I don't know. I'm excited to be done with it, but I'm also not having a bad time or anything like that. So
yeah,
it will only get better until it doesn't. Until we get to Gen 3 and Zed's knowledge really outshines us. But okay.
Yep.
Moving right along to the follow-alongs. Big Zed,
start reading.
Take it away.
Yeah.
All right. So this is coming from Big Six. Since I did all my encounters last week before Erica, my only encounters were the Ultra Vanilla Lapras and Silphco, and a Staryu once I was able to surf after Koga. Speaking of Koga, we lost a real one in Podgy this week to his Weezing, as I attempted to sweep with a B-team Pokemon. I didn't care about losing to Self-Destruct, except he didn't even bait the Self-Destruct. So Bomb Squad Nido King came in and tanked the 2x X-Attack Fat Man with 1 HP left for the win, which that's scary and impressive.
Oh god.
Yeah.
My anxiety.
Silphco rival and Giovanni posed no problems, and Sabrina got Snorlax swept.
There you go. He took the other route. The 2 routes I talked about. Man, Poggy. I remember the first. I thought that was like the greatest name for a Pidgey ever. I remember I remember the first week it came out, and I like spent like 10 minutes laughing after dark at his name, Poggy. Big Poggy.
Yeah, I love to see a Pidgey too, so that one hurts.
Yeah.
He joins the other birds in the sky.
I'm not sure what stage it was. Was it a Pidgeot yet, or was it still Pidgeotto?
It would have been. It would have been a Pidgeot. Yeah, at that
Probably
point.
Probably a Pidgeot, huh?
Yeah, 36 is when it evolves.
That's a big loss.
All right, Inception. If you want to take it, not Inception. Vimbert, would you like to take Inceptions?
Oh, sorry, I thought it was going third. With this.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's Inception 7. After beating Erica, I traveled left and woke up the sleeping Snorlax, where I convinced him to sleep in my Pokeball instead. His name is now Totoro, and he's my new neighbor. Traveling south on the bike path, I caught a Doduo, which I named Sakai. On the bottommost part of the bike path, the route changes, and I fished up a Pokemon you call Shelder, and I call Clunge. Made it to the Safari Zone, where my encounters were insane. Rhyhorn, Tauros, Kangaskhan, Tauros. And that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, I traveled through the zone and did all the necessary steps to get Surf and everything else. Flew to Pallet Town and fished up Staryu, who now only responds to T-Sweezy, and picked up other water Pokemon along the way. Defeated Koga with a combination of Rainis, Kadabra, and Tosaka, Charizard, and surfed a Cinnabon for TMs in my Omanite Dark Lord.
No.
Next, I went through the House of Zapdos, where I told him to show me the TMs and nobody gets hurt. After taking what I was after, I murdered the Zapdos and went on my merry way to Saffron. I did the necessary steps to pick up my Lapras Water Moo. Just editorial note. These names, top tier, man.
Yeah.
Defeated the fighting gym, where I rescued Hitmonlee Bruce from his frat house prison and released him to freely roundhouse his way through life once more. Defeated Sabrina's gym with Totoro and Sumiri to finish everything off for the week.
Oh, man.
I like that he took the Hitmonlee just to release it.
I think I need to go. I think we need to go free a Hitmonlee.
I know. I need to go. I feel like I've left a captive Pokemon in prison now.
Fuck Hitmonchan. All my homies love Hitmonlee. Oh. All right. I think that just leaves us with Big J Bob. After going back to get the bicycle, I went down the bicycle route to Fuchsia. After exiting the bicycle route, I caught a Doduo. In the Safari Zone, I caught a Rhyhorn and a Cubone. Hey, Cubone brothers.
Good catch.
I then went to Saffron and cleared out them dang rockets, beat the rival, and got Lapras. To train up Shingles for Koga, I went to the fighting gym. I think Doduo, yep. Doduo was training in the fighting gym and evolved. I then cleared Fuchsia Gym and Saffron Gym, then did some training, and beat Koga and Sabrina. No deaths in this run. Hey, Big J-Bob, after suffering all the deaths the early weeks. Making it through deaths 3. We appreciate that. Good job. Good job.
All right.
I believe that takes us to a little bit of PvP war.
I think it takes us.
Ready.
I think you better send me that invitation there. Oh, it's there already. Let's make sure.
I'm ready. I'm a goddamn professional here.
He's ready. Oh, that's my Nuzlocke tracker.
That is not Pokemon Showdown.
All right.
God.
Whenever.
I am in it.
Let us know when you're ready. You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
We got Hugh starting off with big trade evos and Vimbert starting with Kobe the Kadabra. Let us begin. Trade evos throwing out a Thunder Wave and Kobe responding in likeness with his own Thunder Wave.
Whoa, who would have saw that coming?
Wild.
Good opening moves for both sides. Vimbert switching to Rhea to soak up a Thunderbolt, using that dragon type resistance to electric. Hugh switching out for Shogun the Victory Bell, also soaking up a Thunderbolt. Everyone's using the same moves so far in this game. Shogun using a Stun Spore to pass on another Paralysis, going for a big paralysis moves. Rhea used an Ice Beam, which was super effective. Not a lot of damage, though. He's going to start using Wrap, which I believe Rhea also has a Wrap, but not pulling it off. Vimbert switching into Borb, still getting hit by the Wrap, so he's still trapped. Let's see if he continues to keep using Borb or if he switches out. Hugh actually does the switch first, switching over to Popo the Snorlax. Borb unable to move that turn, now using Drill Peck. Popo used Reflect. Oh, I didn't know he had a Reflect. That ruins things for me.
Ooh, there you
Borb
go.
also using Reflect. We got some interesting moves. Oh, Borb used a Mirror move. That's how he pulled off the Reflect. Very smart move. Popo used a Body Slam. Did about a quarter chunk of damage. Popo continuing to use Drill Peck. Borb using Drill Peck. Popo continuing to use Body Slam. Another Drill Peck and another Body Slam. Both sides doing damage. Popo doing a little bit more damage. Let's see how Borb finishes off. And there it is, the big Hyper Beam.
Oh,
Popo
God.
pulling off the rest right at the last second.
Fuck, that was a clencher though.
Which
Still,
does give Borb a chance to recharge and get one more hit off if he chooses. What is Vimbert gonna do with this extra sleeping turn that Popo has given him? He is switching over to Dragonair. Popo using a big body slam, taking down Dragonair to near death. Rhea using Wrap. Not a lot of damage at all, but holding Popo back from doing any moves. Getting that small chip damage on him. He's staying in. He's taking it. He knows it's not dealing a lot of damage. He's using this opportunity to reevaluate, think about strategies. And he actually pulls off a body slam before Rhea. And there she goes. Vimbert now answering with his own Snorlax, Cuck Phanto.
What could it mean?
It's a mystery.
What is it?
I gotta get out my cipher. 1 second. I got it ready. If I hold it up in the light just right.
We are off to the body slam wars. Popo, though, taking the damage with that reflect.
Oh!
What a critical hit!
Reflect
Did
does not care.
about that.
Yeah.
Popo within kill range now. Let's hope he gets that rest off first. He does.
Damn.
He gets the rest off. Cuck Phanto answering with an earthquake just for kicks and giggles. And then he also rests. What will they do next? Oh, Vimbert actually switching over to Hypno. Popo waking up. And he switches to Hypno. A lot of type matching, and now Popo no longer has the Reflect set up.
Oh,
Sandman
come on.
using Hypnosis, but it immediately wears off. GoldenEye says, "No, I am not tired."
He woke.
Whiffing Hypnosis on both sides. That 50% accuracy showing itself.
There it is.
Oh,
Hey.
GoldenEye pulls it off this turn. A little slower, but since Sandman missed, he was able to get the Hypnosis off onto him. Hugh switching again. Which, Trade Evos, who still has the paralysis. Oh, and there it is. It procced. GoldenEye's going for the headbutts with critical hits. Very good. But Trade Evos does get a Thunder Wave off and a recover. GoldenEye's unable to move this turn. There's a Thunderbolt, not a ton of damage. GoldenEye's continuing to headbutt, no longer a risk of the flinch because now Trade Evos is outspeeding him. Still doing decent damage. Unfortunately for him, Trade Evos still has recover tech. And now Hugh switches back into Popo. How will GoldenEye respond now? Big body slam. GoldenEye's trying to pull off a Hypnosis, but there's a sleep clause, Vimbert. You only get one.
Eventually I'll remember that.
I was wondering if you were going to, but I felt like if I said something, it would be unfair advantage. Hugh Gaming taking down another one of Vimpert's Pokemon. It is now 4-6. Hugh showing that he's got quite the team this week.
There it is.
And there's Bugtote. Perhaps he can turn the tables in Vimbert's favor. A Confuse Ray, a very interesting move. Unfortunately, it did not do anything, and Popo managed to get off a critical hit body slam, which did 60% damage. Bugtote probably not too happy about that. There's a switch. Sandman taking another hit there. He is still asleep from a Hypnosis earlier that was inflicted by Vimbert's Hypno, and now he's got a Confusion to wake up to. Bugtote passing it around. Sandman waking up this turn. Now he's back in the game, except for that confusion. Will he hit himself? Will Hugh switch? What is going to happen? Vimbert probably pounding the body slam key, hoping to take down Sandman. Sandman's confused, and he pulls off a rest, a miraculous rest. He is asleep again, though, so that gives Bugtote more time to continue to try and do damage. Now, I don't actually know if Confuse Ray's turns count while you're asleep. I don't think it does. Bugtote continuing to pass around the confusion. Trade Evos hitting himself. There's a body slam. The confusion's gone away. Trade Evo's pulling off a recover right at the last second, getting it within the danger zone. Confusion really starting to work in Bugtoad's favor. Trade Evos hits himself again. Hugh switching again, trying to find the one Pokemon that can work through the confusion. Bugtoad hanging in there with that 40% health. And there's a switch. Polyswag tried to pull off a Hypnosis but missed. Vimbert now is paralyzed Kobe the Kadabra, trying to take down that fighting type. He actually takes in that body slam fairly well for a Kadabra. 50% health. He's not going to be able to take another one, but he did get off a Thunder Wave. And there's a recover, getting back his full health. Very smart move since Polyswag was paralyzed and can't move that turn. Hugh, once again seeing a threat coming his way, switches, takes a Psychic from Kobe against the Kadabra. We are back to how they started off, Kadabra versus Starmie. A Psychic giving the stat drop in the special. Trade Evos goes down. An amazing pull-off for Vimbert, taking out one of Hugh's arguably biggest threats. Popo trying to take down Kadabra, but he managed to withstand another body slam and pull off the paralysis. Getting a recover back to half health, possibly going to do another one now that he can outspeed Popo. Oh no, he went for the Psychic. And there it is, Popo taking down Kadabra. And now we're back to Furo versus Popo. Popo now paralyzed. He's not going to be able to outspeed, and he switches. Albert the Nidoking, Hugh's last Pokemon, switches into a Hyper Beam. Takes it. Did do half of his health of damage, but Borb unable to move. Goes down to a Surf. Bugtoad coming in, hoping to finish off whatever Pokemon is going to be out. Hugh leaves Nidoking in and takes in that Surf. There goes Nidoking. We are now 2-4. Shogun switching in. Hugh hoping to take down Lapras with a fast Victory Bell, and he does. The Razor Leaf critical hit, super effective, takes down the last little health of Bugtoad. It is now up to Vimbert and Cuckfanto. Cuckfanto wakes up. Popo pulls off asleep. He is now asleep, but he has no longer got the paralysis on him. Cuckfanto building up amnesia while he's got the chance. And now it's on. Cuckfanto versus Popo. Popo pulls off the Reflect, knowing that it will probably help him against Cuckfanto, being able to soak up a lot more damage now. Cuckfanto continues to use Body Slam. Hugh going for the rest as soon as possible. Trying to stall out Cuckfanto a little bit. I'm sure this will be one of the most exciting battles
Yeah.
we have ever seen now.
Could be worse if anyone remembers Blissey v. Blissey.
Yeah, never
Oh,
never
yeah.
forget Blissey v. Blitzy. Oh.
I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you the moves for the next few turns. There's gonna be a few body slams, and someone's gonna use rest.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Spoilers.
Big brain plays prediction. Oh!
Oh, a critical hit earthquake, Cuck Phantom.
Why is your Cuck
And that's
Phantom
about
crit
the-
so much?
That's gonna
He out for blood.
That's going to be the biggest hope that Cuck Phanto has, is pulling off a few earthquakes.
How many earthquakes
Hoping
went
to
stall
get
out?
'em.
11? Okay. Oh, you got fucking 1 in 20. Oh, you got the
One chance
yeah.
to miss with earthquake. That hurts. 1 in 256 chance.
Yep. As we go to turn 77.
Don't worry about it.
Starting to reconsider Hughes' offer of banning Snorlax this generation.
Fucking die!
Pulling off the hyper beam.
Good match,
Surprise
my
hyper
friend.
beam.
Good match, my friend.
Good match. Good match.
Hugh winning. Congratulations.
All right, Zed, if you want to send me an invite.
I do want to send you an invite. Hugh Gaming Challenge.
I apologize, chat, for the Snorlax war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't change my lead. Whoops. Oh, yeah, I didn't change my lead for the fucking... Yeah, fuck, okay.
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
he was leading with trade evos, but Zedward coming out swinging with bzzzt. Probably
Big
didn't
ol'
get all
bzzzt.
the beats in there. Gentlemen,
Bzzzt.
fire when ready. An immediate swap to Albert, immuning a Thunder Wave. Nice clean swap for Hugh. So what becomes the response? Or do we maybe even see two switches trying to 5-head this? It's a swap to Slagathor as
Oh,
Earthquake
jeez.
comes out, critting for 84% of Slagathor's life. That is a huge hit. And there's another Earthquake faster than Slagathor. Slagathor goes down, and Mr. Hyde, the Hypno, comes out. We got a Hypno be Hypno action, but Sandman swapping into immediately getting Hypnosis. Guess he wasn't ready to come off break. Trade Evos comes in as a Dream Eater whiffs. Thunder Wave paralyzing that Mr. Hyde as the full para, maybe stopping a status effect trade there. As Trade Evos gets ready to set up and do what it does best.
Get killed by your cat, Kadabra.
Clean swap into Metallica the Nidoqueen, soaking that Thunderbolt. Ooh, Psychic hitting Metallica real hard, but there's Earthquake hitting Trade Evos for 40%. Still,
like I'm-
that's effective.
Not doing so good right now.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
I just want to know why my psychic didn't crit. What do I pay you for, Trade Evos?
Metallica staying in allows Zed a clean swap, but what can be brought to bear against Trade Evos? I mean, we know one answer, but is that the... Yep, it is. It's bzzzt. Coming in, full life. And an immediate swap out to Shogun the Victory Bell. A double kick, still resisted. Still. Attempting to predict that swap. Thunderwave goes out, Shogun paralyzed. Stun Spore going out, bzzzt, paralyzed. Getting around that Thunderwave immunity. As Fox Puppy, oh, a double swap to Albert. I see. Fox Puppy doing Confuse Ray. But Albert managing to use that surf, hitting Fox Puppy for 44%. Taking it surprisingly well for super effective as Tugboat and Polyswag come out. Two mighty water types. But they do each have a second type. Polyswag.
I'm not allowed to have hypnosis for more than one turn.
I was literally just about to say Hugh's signature hypnosis luck. But this one sticks as Polyswag gets a special boost with Amnesia. Hypnosis missing, Body Slam going out for a little bit of damage. No paralyze on that. Tugboat remaining in, tanking a Body Slam, and the paralysis goes out. Body Slam
you got one in turn.
Yeah.
There we go. It's not a Pokeboomers match without basically the entire team being paralyzed. As Tugboat gets the full para, allowing a clean swap into Trade Evos, who recovers. And another full para on Tugboat. Zed cannot be loving seeing that at this point. Swap to Bzzzt, absorbing a Thunderbolt from Trade Evos. Second swap into Albert, absorbing the Thunderbolt. Gotta have your team properly grounded.
This is awful.
I'll see myself out. Swap to Lapras, double edge. Taking a little bit of recoil damage, but hitting for exactly a quarter of Tugboat's health. Trade Evos once again coming out, absorbing a Surf. Relatively clean switch, still for resist. Decent amount of damage. Psychic going out, full para and reducing Tugboat's special. That is a harsh one, as the second Psychic finishes the job.
I'm just gonna let you know that if I hadn't been paralyzed, I was using rest. that was my survival move.
Alas. As Edward ponders which was 3, it's Bzzzt. But now what is the choice here? Do you try to predict the swap? Do you try to think around predicting the swap and not do the swap, but do you run the danger of actually just getting hit by the move? The levels of strategy here, they're deep. The opponents stare down, trying to think through the many convoluted twists and turns. There's a swap to Victory Bell, absorbing a Thunderbolt. Still 16% damage, both of them paralyzed. Swap out to Mr. Hyde as Shogun gets a full para. Another swap to Mighty Trade Evos. Eating a Psychic and getting Special lowered. Could be big. But of course, Recover works just fine. As a crit Psychic, chipping for about a third of the health. Trade Evo's still got plenty of fuel in the tank. Oh, a swap out to Sandman as Mr. Hyde eats a full paralysis turn. And a second swap to Trade Evos as Dream Eater whiffs. The bait! The bait! Trade Evos recovers and eats another critical Psychic to the face.
I'm gonna need you to chill with those crits.
But no longer having that special lowered. Another crit from Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde is not having this nonsense. Whether it be with Psychic or just ramming with his head, unless he gets a full paralysis. Crit from Trade Evos at long last, as Headbutt goes out for for a little bit of damage. Thunderbolt bring Mr. Hyde down pretty low. Headbutt for some. Thunderbolt to finish off Mr. Hyde. Said we're down to just 2 remaining. Against Hugh's entire team.
Yep.
Bzzzt comes out. That Jolteon that we've all been so afraid of. And Albert once again soaks up that Thunderbolt. Intended for Trade Evos. Earthquake! Ooh! Hitting like Earthquake tends to for all the health. Fox Puppy comes out. Gets Flamethrower. And a burn! But Earthquake finishes the job.
GG, friend.
Wow. That was embarrassing.
Oh, wrong one.
Alright, guess it's you and me. Zip.
It is. I gotta close my shit. I can.
Alright, we are in.
Oh, sorry, I still suck. By the end of Pokeboomers, I will know how to use Showdown. Oh, fuck.
Like the watch a battle.
Hey, shut up! All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's me on the mic, Hugh, and I'm in the corner of... Actually, wait, start over. All right, Vimbert is in the red corner with a big, strong Kobe coming out in the lead. We got Zedward with the Jolteon. Gentlemen, let's go to war. Our opening move for Bzzzt is a Thunder Wave. Kobe's paralyzed. Kobe just saying, here's a Psychic, dropping that special right away along with 43% of his HP. Our opponents stare each other down. Here comes Fox Puppy, the Ninetales, coming in on a Psychic, taking 38% damage. No special drop this time. Kobe still staying strong, but paralyzed. Fox Puppy will have that speed advantage. Flamethrower goes out, doing a nice 40%. The full pair of procs on Kobe. Kobe at 60% HP, paralyzed. Fox Puppy 62% HP. Here's another Flamethrower, another 41% damage. Here comes Thunder Wave. Kobe getting that pair out. Let's even up the field, he says. 19%. Fox Puppy with the quick attack, taking Kobe down early.
The disrespect.
Here comes Cuck Phanto, the Snorlax coming out, looking big and thick. Let's do a perspective swap here. There we go. Look at that Ninetales sprite. Earthquake, though, on the paralyzed Fox Puppy is enough to take it down. Our opponents both down a Pokemon now. As Zedward ponders, who does he bring in to fight Cuck Phanto? None other than Mr. Hyde, the Hypno. Here we go. Cuck Phanto dodges the Hypnosis. Cuck Phanto says, here's an Amnesia, one stack up. That ×2 special. Hypnosis goes wide again. There's another one. He answers with the body slam of his own, doing 44% of his HP and damage. Mr. Hyde, sitting at 56, misses another Hypnosis. It's another body slam, dropping him down to 13%. Cuck Phanto sitting nice and tanky with that 2x special, increase at 100% HP. Mr. Hyde fishing for the Hypnosis, gets it this time. Cuck Phanto is fast asleep. Mr. Hyde, 13% HP. Cuck Phanto switches out. Here comes Borb into the Dream Eater.
Why won't you guys let me use Dream Eater?
Gee, I wonder.
Yeah. The Borb, the killing machine, goes for the Drill Peck on the Tugboat. The Lapras, 73%, left on Tugboat. Borb sitting pretty with 100%. Here's Hyper Beam. Holy, taking it. Ice Beam. Oh, just super effective. Wow. Borb goes down in one hit. Although he was able to do a nice chunk of damage to Tugboat. Here comes Rhea the Dragonair to face Tugboat. Here's Thunderbolt, enough to pick Tugboat down. I was wondering who was going to speed.
I was really thinking and really hoping.
Here comes Slagathor, the big Venusaur, into Rhea, the cursed back sprite. We're going to switch that. There you go. You look a lot better in the forward view, Rhea.
Get her good
yeah,
side.
we got the good angle. Here's Leech Seed. Ice Beam, doing super effective damage. Leech Seed taking back a little 5% HP. He's like, sucking up that HP. Slagathor sitting at 63% HP. Rhea, at 95% with the Leech Seed. There's the Toxic. The Toxic Seed is in place. The Ice Beam goes out again. 21%. The Freeze. Oh! No. The big freeze. That 10% chance. If only.
Those famous Vimbert gambles.
The Frozen is enough. The Icicles goes down. Rhea's still sitting with the Toxic Seed up, though. Zedward brings out the Jolteon at 57%, going against Rhea, 78% Toxic and Leech Seed on it, however. Out. Here comes into the... here comes Cuck Phanto into the double kick. Damn, big chunks of damage, though. Bringing Cuck Phanto down to 59%. Golden Eyes comes into the double kick. Much tankier. Critical hit, but still only 16% damage. Golden Eyes gets parried. Here comes Psychic, dropping down to 15%. Thunderbolt crashes into Golden Eyes. Full para, 66% of damage. Big swing on the side of the Jolteon. There's the Thunderbolt, enough to bring down Golden Eyes. Zed, both trainers with 3 Pokemon remaining. Here comes Rhea. The Toxic now changed to regular poison, courtesy of Gen 1 shenanigans. I think that stays the same until Gen 3. There's a Thunderbolt. Critical hit.
For a long time.
Here's the Wrap. Locking in. That poison is going to punish that Wrap, though. Bzit 9%. Switching out to Metallica. Here it comes. The Wrap goes wide and takes a little poison damage along the way. Our opponents stare each other on Metallica with a Body Slam, enough to put Rhea down. Zed, 3 Pokemon. Vimbert with 2. Here comes Bugtoad. I can't even say the name. The Bizarro, the Waluigi, every man's Lapras. Our opponents stare each other down. Turn 26, Metallica leads with a Body Slam. Confuse Ray from Bugtoad. Metallica is confused now. Metallica hurts itself in confusion. Gets a big surf to the face, leaving it with 2% HP. That did 87% of Metallica's health. That stab surf, nothing to scoff at. Metallica's confused. Critical hit on Body Slam, but no dice. Metallica goes down. Our opponents have 2 Pokemon remaining. Bzz, comes out 9% HP. Here comes Cuckfanto. Thunderbolt. Big chunks. Double kick 1. Critical hit, super effective, enough to take down Cuckfanto. Bugtoad, the last remaining member of Vimbert's team. There's Thunderbolt, enough to do super effective damage and take him down. Zed takes the win.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Well done to you, too.
That's a battle.
So, I have learned something this week.
What's that?
Dream Eater, great in PvE, terrible in PvP.
Yeah, there's a reason why I didn't bother to go and learn it.
Here I thought I was super clever.
Nah.
Yeah.
Definitely forgot about that double kick on your Jolteon. That shit hurt.
That double kick did a lot more damage than I was expecting it to do. Like, I knew it was there, but I didn't.
I mean, that was just luck that you switched into Snorlax, and otherwise I would have never even tried.
All right.
Fair.
All right. This episode's running a little long, so we're going to get right into our outro right here. Let me bring up the thing again. Oh, sorry. Okay, our outro next week. One sec, I gotta respond to something in chat. There we go. Okay, we gotta update our new point totals. So,
Me, Vimbert, I'm unchanged, still at 235, as I gain no points from PvP.
I, Zedward, am moving up 15 points from 1 victory, which brings me up to 270.
270, 235, and I go up to 305. Okay.
Jeez.
As the rich get richer.
Yeah, no kidding.
Trade Evos, LPTE, you know who you are. We're doing it for you guys. You're doing it for the Shadow Council. All right, next week we go after Blaine. With the chase for Blaine beginning, our level cap moves to 47. Blaine on that big Cinnabar Island. And the game, technically the game opened up to us as soon as we beat Koga, but like I said, this week was weird. So we now have access to surf in the overworld, which opens up a lot of places. It opens up Seafoam Islands. It opens up the power plant. It opens up Cinnabar Island. A couple water routes in there, if you haven't like already duped out all your water encounters fishing.
I haven't, surprisingly. I basically was just like, War Turtle, Lapras, I'm good. But hey, maybe I'll find something great.
We get also access to the birds. The birds, if you want to go bird hunting. I was going
to say, now that we have the power plant and Seafoam Island, so it's 2 legendary birds for extra bonus points.
Yep,
we do allow points for KOs, and we are not allowed to catch them.
Yes.
Pull an Inception and send a message.
Look forward to me desperately trying to take down legendaries as I scramble to catch up.
They are level 50. I will warn you because you haven't played Gen 1. They are level 50 Pokemon, so...
That is appreciated. I am now reconsidering my plans.
I don't know if your boy's going to be hunting birds this week, but we'll go get our encounter at Seafoam. Seafoam is my last chance to get a decent ice Pokemon this gen. My Lapras was actual garbage, and my Shelter was also actual garbage, so... Seafoam, we're going to go for that big seal, the seal dream. But, yeah. Anything you guys want to add before we kick it over to a little bit of that After Dark? For those that don't know, after every main episode, we go to what we call PB After Dark. We play along with the guys that are following along with us in the challenge. If you guys want to follow along with us at the challenge at home, get it on that Discord. I still haven't fixed my cloud bot, so we just got to get you a manual invite.
Oh, man. While you're grabbing that,
there you go.
I do want to say, I've been a little harsh towards Gen 1 this episode. I am still enjoying it, for sure. Don't know if this is the ideal way to play through a Pokemon game for the first time, but it's been a unique experience, and I've been pleasantly surprised by how well I've been doing. Basically hadn't played a Pokemon game for a decade before this, because I'm old. But I'm doing alright, I'm going down like a chump in PvP, but I'm enjoying it, and I've been pretty good in the actual Nuzlocke run.
You have the least deaths out of all of us. Let the record show. Let the record show. Or me and Zed's hubris of playing it before, I guess. But no, there's the Discord. If you want to follow along on the Pokeboomers channel and watch when we all go live, my co-host, of course, if you guys want to link your Discords, not your Discords, your
Vimbert,
Twitch.
I just put yours in, and...
Thank you.
Be sure.
Yep, I am usually going Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. Usually
There's
Tuesdays.
Mine.
Yeah. Follow them up if you're not following them already. And like I said, stay tuned. We're going to take a short little quick break, and we're going to go to PB After Dark. I'm Hugh with the Pokeboomers, and as always, I'm joined by my hosts.
Zedward.
Oh, damn. You guys are really in sync. That was impressive. Holy.
Yeah, were we even comprehensible saying that at the same time? It's maybe not a good thing.
It sounded like you guys were summoning to my rival, Zedbert. But
yes, our true form has been revealed.
You guys did the fusion dance right there, and now you are.
Together,
all right,
we must defeat this evil known as Trade Evos.
You can follow if you missed this. If you're watching on YouTube, hey, I also appreciate you watching it there, and be sure to click the video description to see all the links that we posted in the Twitch chat. But let's get out of here and let's go do some. Let's roll up our sleeves and put a pack of cigarettes in them like we're 50s greasers and go get ready to get our asses kicked in After Dark, boys.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Have a good night,
thanks
everybody.
For joining us.
After Dark will be starting in about 5 minutes shortly. Peace.